Hello and welcome to Foxy Roxy Reviews. Today I'll be reviewing the Makeup Academy ProBase Fixing Mist Spray. A lot of people that I know that I've been speaking to kind of regarding makeup have been getting into kind of mists and fixing sprays, especially if you've got a kind of a long day, whether you're kind of out for a long day out and you go out in the night time, or you're working a long shift. It can really help to kind of make your makeup last, especially if it's going to be hard wearing, or you touch your face. Like I'm kind of a one that's committed that Carl's seen a couple of times, and kind of just give you a bit of a kind of a heads up. Really, this is after a full day's worth of wear. I have applied bit of just a bit of lipstick there, reapplied that, but everything else is exactly the same as of this morning. And I'm kind of getting to warm to them. I must admit, when I first heard about them, I thought, I'm not sure. Yeah, there's people cashing in on things, but I think that it's interesting. This fixing mist kind of really fits in kind of perfectly within the £5 budget that kind of I've set for kind of like for budget products. So I don't think it's kind of overly expensive, and my first impressions are I really like it. It does take a bit of time to get used to, especially when you're spraying it on your face, because sometimes you could, you go, oh no, you get it in your eye or something. But if you have to make sure you hold it away and you kind of give it some chance to kind of just spread over, just 3 or 4 sprays is usually enough. You might do a couple of sprays a bit further down if you want to kind of get your chin and everything else, if you put makeup there as well. But I must say, the product that I've got here, I'm getting into it. I think the main thing where I go on the pros to this product is it does extend the life, and I must admit I've compared kind of like my normal makeup regimen to when I've used the spray, and I have seen longer use. I must admit, a lot of the products I use aren't particularly expensive products, and say most of my main go-tos are the £5 or less range, so they're hardly expensive. Obviously, I do layer a few things like moisturisers, primers, kind of tinted moisturisers, so foundations, concealers, and powders. So there's quite a few kind of layers to the product. So it's not like I'm just putting on kind of foundation itself and just letting it be, but it does extend the wear. The only main criticism I have in the back of my mind is not the performance of it. I think for £5, I do rather like it, and especially if you're going for a longer day, I would tend towards using it. I mean, if you're just going for like a few hours on a night out, it may not be necessary. Like things like a powder over a foundation, I think would be enough to get you through. But if you're going for a whole day, then yes. However, I personally think if you were at a pinch and you just made sure you didn't get any in your eyes, some hairspray could also do the trick, and that would be substantially cheaper than the £5 price point. So if you were especially looking to do things on the cheap, could you skip it? Possibly. Overall, I would give it a thumbs up. I do generally like the product, and I must admit, when I was going into this, I was kind of thinking, this is a bit of gump, it's just going to be a bit of water on your face. But when you've got it on your hand, you do feel there's some sort of a gel-like consistency to it. So it's definitely got some sort of stickiness that will help kind of fix your foundation together. So do I think it's worth the £5? If you're going out for long days and you need that extra wear, but you don't want to go for like Estee Lauder double wear or some really expensive foundation, then yes. Would you necessarily need it in your connection, opposed to just using an alternative product? You could get away with it, but for £5, if you're looking for long wear and you really want that longevity, I would say at least give it a try. And I know there's some other fixing mists which are a lot more expensive, like the MAC do one, and I haven't really tried any of those yet. But for the money, if you need that longer wear and you feel that you really gonna want to push your makeup a bit further, or you're concerned about coverage, especially if you need that deeper coverage, I would say at least give it a shout, give it a try, and see how you find it. That is my honest review, and as always, I hope you enjoyed this video, and please subscribe.